So tell me, where do we begin? Do we start with the failures in the end? Or do you have a burden that pretends? See, I know like me, for you it all started with a dream. To reach the skies that they showed you. But they never mentioned the humbling fall. Was ambition you said? I can testify it wasn't, cause you've let us get to know you. So no one can ever say you never risked it all. And as we tell this story, not history, your story, the story you let us tell, cause you let us in, from the beginning to the end and everything within. I hope that you know that every day is an adventure with you, for all the bold ventures that you see through.
I was in a marriage, a 30-year-old marriage. It had lasted 30 years and it turned abusive in all ways. Emotionally, financially, physically, in all ways. And it degenerated in a few months, such that my life was in danger. Mind you, at that time, I was living in Africa. So when I looked at that, and deep within me, I had my intuition speak to me and tell me that you need to get out. That was all I had. You just end this and get out, end this and get out. So I did exactly that. And I packed up my bags. I picked up my girls, who were the minors of the marriage, and I headed to the airport. And I landed in Canada, in Lethbridge specifically. Not knowing nobody, no nothing. I chose Lethbridge on a map, and we just arrived. My name is Catherine Opondo. My business is Survivor to Thrive Inc. And I do work with survivors of family and relationship abuse to help them overcome their traumas and guide them towards building a future that they're excited about living. Survivor to Thrive is an organization that supports survivors of family and relationship abuse. And within that organization, I do coach survivors to get them from the pain that they have experienced through the healing into thriving, and also making them realize that actually you can turn your pain. Most times when you go through a painful experience in your life, an emotional painful experience in your life, it does two things. Either you stay in the pain zone and end up being bitter, or you can use that pain to be able to create a more exciting future that will work for you. Knowing what you have been through, you can be able to work with that to get to a better place in your life. I do let the clients guide me in their journey wherever they are. I do encourage them and work with them to tell me what they would like. I do not offer them solutions, because by so doing, then I'll be taking their power away of being able to make their own decisions. And supposing I give them a solution and it works for them, then they'll be dependent on me. She gave me a solution, it worked for me, so whenever even if do I need to change my shoelaces, they'll come running. But if I give them the option and they realize that they can do this, then it gives them the courage to move on and to be able to make decisions in the future too. The greatest accomplishment of my business is the transformation that my clients do receive. And it is very, very fulfilling for me when I support somebody through a journey, a tumultuous journey, and get them safely over to the other side, whereby they're able to wake up in the morning and they're looking forward to their day, they're looking forward to spending time with their families, and they're looking forward to just doing life with excitement, as opposed to the days that before that they would not even want to get out of bed. So that is the biggest achievement for me in my business. I decided that this was the space that I was going to use because my business was incorporated during the COVID time, and it was during lockdown. So obviously people were not going out, and I thought that this was the perfect space for me to be able to work in. I love reading. Reading is a passion of mine. When I migrated from Kenya, I left, I think the books that I left are almost maybe 4 or 5 times this. I really miss my books. I love reading a lot. And I graduated from buying a lot of physical books to iBooks. So most of my books are on my iPad, because I really felt the pain when I left Kenya and I had to leave my books. I couldn't take them with me. So that saved me a lot. I still love the rustle of the paper, you know. That's why you see some here, but yeah. When it comes to books, right now I'm very big on health books, and the book that I'm reading right now on health is called The Medical Medium. And it just advises you on a cross-section of ailments and what you can do and how you can use your food to be able to heal those ailments. So that really fascinates me, and I enjoy reading that. It is out of that that I got the concept of juicing celery and making it up to 32 ounces per day. Sometimes I even do 40 ounces a day. I had an amazing childhood. My mom and dad were the most loving parents that anyone could wish for. And my mom was a prayer warrior. I was brought up in the Catholic faith. And growing up, all I ever wanted to be was a fraction of what my mother was, a mom. But then, of course, things had changed. When she was born, she grew up. She was a teacher by profession. I think at some point she'd had a bunch of kids, so she had to stay home to take care of her own. And my dad used to tell me, there's one thing that he used to tell me: take it in your stride. Whatever it is, take it in your stride and know that you can do anything that you set your mind to. So that gave me courage. And I wanted to do a number of things. Actually, coming to live in Canada was on my bucket list. I just didn't know when it was going to happen. So yes, that gave me the courage. I have 5 of the most amazing kids anybody could wish for. And I love each one of them in their own respect. They're amazing. And for me, that means bringing up responsible citizens. Citizens of the world who are going to be able to continue and go forward even when I leave this planet. So that is what embodying being a mother means. It means taking care of them. It means teaching them the values of life. It means teaching them how to rely on their higher faith, the higher being. And it also means teaching them on how to live with other people in society. Never disregard anybody. Do not look down at anybody, irrespective of whoever it is. Back in Africa, we do have domestic help is relatively cheap. But all the house helps that we ever lived with, I treated them like my own kids. Because I kept telling them that, you know what? The fact that somebody is here working for you does not mean that they're underprivileged. You just never know the circumstances that led them to this. So always treat everybody, anybody you meet with respect. Right now, I am at the point of creating online learning systems so that people can be able to go in. And I would like to, right now people are a lot into preventative care. So in the medical field. So I thought, why not preventative care in the area of trauma, stopping it before it starts. So I'm in the process of creating an online course that people can go through. Once you register, you can be able to go through and get to learn as much as you can from trauma with a lot of resources that I'll have put in there so that you are well equipped even before you encounter something. I usually say that it is better to be ready and not have an opportunity than have an opportunity and not be ready. I plan to take it to having healing circles whereby we can sit together and heal as a community. I plan to do online courses, and I plan to have lessons that people can be able to learn from. Oh yes, there will be modules that take you through, like I have written the outline for my book, and it goes in chapters, and each chapter tackles a particular problem. Now, each of those chapters is going to be a module that is going to help guide the clients towards healing. Just seeing that the clients can overcome, putting a smile on their faces and being excited about even their own families, the kids. Yeah, I do it mostly to secure the future of the kids, so that by so doing, then we do have a generation that is strong. The society, right now the society that we kind of live in, it's a breakdown society. People are just out to break down each other. But now we need to build the youth coming up. I have a set of grandchildren that I'm really excited about, so I'm trying to secure their future as well, because I would love them to live in an exciting environment that they look forward to getting up and tackling whatever life throws at them. So usually at the beginning of any client relationship, I do have a 45-minute free call with them. And it is during that call that we are able to determine whether we're a good fit for each other and if we can be able to set some goals and just the way forward. Generally, when I have a conversation with them, I know whether we are a good fit. It's an internal feeling. You get to know. Before I started this in my previous life, I was a human resource administrator. I love interacting with people. I love mixing with people, and I think human resource is a place whereby you can be able to do that, comfortably. Some of the challenges that I do face are what the myths that have shrouded help seeking, the myths that have shrouded even suicidality, the myths that have shrouded a good wife does this, or I am the man, you listen to me. Those are some of the challenges that I do experience on a day-to-day basis. When somebody when somebody is so ingrained, and society sometimes, some of the values of society and the expectations of society do not help, that puts up a barrier sometimes. Yeah. And if the client is not receptive, then it's difficult to work with them. Big value for me, and I constantly strive to be a better person than the person that I was yesterday. You can never be in competition with the other person. People do compete with each other, but it doesn't make sense. You know, for a proper competition to exist, you must be similar in all circumstances, which can never happen. Even if you're identical twins, there's always a slight difference. But you can strive to be better than the person that you were yesterday. Sometimes we do make choices and they're not the very best. Sometimes we do things that we are not very proud of. Sometimes we do things that when you think about it, like, So you make a decision that out of that, I will never do that again. I don't want to go back there. Points for you. One of the biggest challenges that I had in setting up my business was feeling that I'm not enough. Persistence, persistence, persistence. Do it when you feel like doing it. Do even when you don't feel like getting out and do it. Just do it and just be persistent in your goal. Do not lose sight of your goal. That is how you get there. I'll tell you something about myself. I'm a risk taker. I love taking risks. And yeah, that is one thing about me. About my business, what people might not know is, that's a difficult one to answer. But I'm thinking, people do not know the benefits of seeking help. There is this myth that when you seek help, you're weak. Seeking help is actually a sign of strength, because then you're able to work through and get to a better place. But if you don't, that problem just will compound and it will bring you down. So the benefit of seeking help and the benefit of personal development, not many people are aware of that. I would love for people to embody, shred that myth of seeking help and embrace personal development, because in so doing, then you strive to be a better person for yourself. Learning to dance in the rain. See, when the rain falls, you go indoors. You close your doors and you wait until the rain stops. That's when you can go elsewhere. Now, learning to dance in the rain as it's raining and you're dancing. Yes, you might not enjoy the rain, but what are the benefits of the rain? So learning to dance in the rain is just to be able to, it's like to be able to take the courage to work through whatever you have, whatever life has thrown at you, and you move on. It's more like when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Yeah, that is what it is about. Baby, you can do anything that you want to do. Don't let anybody ever tell you that you can't. You can. My name is Catherine Opondo. I love to go by the name Kathy. My business is Survivor to Thriver Inc., where I do work with survivors of family and relationship abuse, and we are at Bold Ventures. You can catch us on the next episode of Bold Ventures.
Jollof or pilau?
Pilau, obviously, because that's what I grew up with, although they are quite similar. But wow, that's a hard one. My son has got a friend that, it's a lady that I'm sure he's looking to marry one of these fine days, and she comes from Nigeria, and she loves making me jollof whenever I'm home, and she loves eating pilau too. So it's a really difficult choice. I didn't know it would be that hard. I just thought that I would wake up and do this and oh yes, and everything would be going, oh my goodness. It takes work. If we are a good fit for each other. So